How's it going, everyone? Welcome to NFT Nation, the most relatable and reliable NFT and crypto podcast in the nation. I'm your host, Michael Wheeler, here with my co-host, Alex Ferguson.
What's going on?
And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the most recent NFT and crypto news for the final week of December. And before we get started, we're going to go over the current the Bitcoin and crypto chart for this week. And for this week, we have Bitcoin not doing too bad. It's only up like barely 1%, but we'll take it. Ethereum's up around 4% this week, which is always good to see. Binance Coin is down barely, but much better than last week. Solana's actually up 10% this week, which is great to see, because I know Alex likes that one. Cardano up about 0.5%, which I like since I'm a investor in that. And XRP up around 9%, which is really good because it's really been on a downward spiral lately. And also, there's two that have come out of the woodwork. Terra Luna is up 50% this week.
Whoa.
And Avalanche is up around 40%.
That's
so
crazy.
Obviously it is been a big week for some of these altcoins, especially for Avalanche and Luna. If anyone in the audience is an investor in those, feel free to contact us and we'll give you a shout out for all your gains. And wow, good job for investing on that. But if we should get started on this NFT and crypto news. Alex, would you like to start?
Yeah, so my first news article is China mining Bitcoin underground. So, China actually used to be the highest, used to have the highest hash rate, which is like kind of how fast you mine Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And just not recently, but like this past year, China's been cracking down on miners. And then in September, they finally banned it completely. And so people are still mining. And what they've done is they started spreading out their miners like across, like around where they live. And they do that because they figured out that China actually tracks their power grid, which means they can see how much power is going where. And when they see a high density of power usage, they kind of assume and they kind of investigate that, and then they figure out someone's mining. And then another way that they're combating that is they're downsizing. So a lot of people, they used to have a lot of miners, and now they're just cutting them like more than half of their of what they have. And then others, they're just moving to different countries. Like I know a lot of them are moving to neighboring countries, or
there's actually been a lot. I saw something on Instagram about this, how a lot of Chinese miners are actually shipping all of their miners to the US because it's more profitable here.
Yeah, they go to the US.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and China used to have, or they still do. China has 20% of all Bitcoin miners in the world.
Yeah.
So that's a big percentage.
Yeah. I mean, before, like, it's obviously communist China, so they try to control everything. But especially before they cracked down on Bitcoin mining, they had one of the highest hash rates in the entire world, if not the highest.
Yeah, they had the
crazy.
Highest.
Yeah, if you see a hash rate chart of China, you can just see it slowly go down all the way to pretty much zero because the government banned it. And this is just, I mean, it's a great thing for Americans because it's always good to have just people come into the US to create new business, and it kind of shows you what people will do to like make more Bitcoin because they believe in it so much. So that's always good to see.
Yeah, and then this is just an estimate, but it's estimated that 109,000 mining IPs are still located in China today.
That's crazy.
So people are still trying their hardest to mine as much Bitcoin as they can.
Yeah. I hope none of the people get found out because they'll probably face some heavy penalties. But you know what? That's communist China. They should just come to the US already.
Yeah, and the news, I guess, the article, they interviewed a guy that is a miner in China, and he said, quote, "We never know to what extent our government will try to crack down to wipe us out." So, I mean, China's obviously
Yeah,
trying very hard
yeah.
to wipe out these miners.
Yeah, you never really know what can happen with them. Like literally, I think Jack Ma, the guy who created Alibaba, pretty much like the Amazon of China. Like the government literally made him disappear because he was becoming famous, which is like, it shows you to the extent of what the government will do. But it's crazy.
And it's weird because their government actually mines Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just they want to control everything, and it's just they hate their citizens, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah.
And to keep going on the crypto route, for my first story, it's a Tesla to accept Dogecoin for merch. So Elon Musk tweeted out that they're going to start accepting Dogecoin for merch, which is actually pretty funny since Elon Musk like went on Saturday Night Live and expressed his I guess you could say love for Dogecoin. But in a Time magazine interview, Elon Musk said, even though Dogecoin was created as a silly joke, it is much better suited for transactions than Bitcoin is. Because like if you follow the Bitcoin, like kind of like how it works, really, like if you follow it, follow how it works, it's a great store of value, but especially for transactions, it's not really that practical because fundamentally Bitcoin is not a good substitute for like a traditional currency like Dogecoin is. Even though Dogecoin is a joke, Bitcoin's more like digital gold because it can be it's like a store of value, but especially for something like Dogecoin, it's able to support more transactions at a faster pace, unlike Bitcoin. And the volume size of Dogecoin is more than Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin's obviously much more valuable.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, even though this is probably a joke on Elon Musk's part, because he just loves joking with people and just manipulating the market, but it's good to see that at least he's accepting some type of crypto, even though it's for Tesla merch. I mean, it's still being exchanged. I sold on my Dogecoin a couple months back, but if I was a Dogecoin holder, I'd be pretty excited for this. And it's actually funny because Dogecoin spiked over 20% to 21 cents after Elon Musk tweeted this, and it's kind of funny because I guess Elon's trying to give Dogecoin a use, but you can't really give something a use that was started as a joke. But you never know.
Yeah,
anything can happen.
He's making it work though. So.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if Elon Musk had millions of dollars worth of Dogecoin just because it's Elon and he's just trying to make more money. But you know what? I'll take it. Just to get more crypto, just get more use case for crypto, I'll take it. And just a little bit info about Tesla merch. It's Elon Musk never really said what merch will be allowed to be bought with Dogecoin. But Tesla sells mainly novelty items like belt buckles, miniature models of vehicles, and the company recently made a Cyber whistle, which is a miniature replica of the Cybertruck, which is a whistle. So
That's
it's
funny.
all it kind of fits in with the Dogecoin model because it's kind of like Dogecoin's a joke, the merch is a joke. Like Elon Musk made tequila once. I mean, it's all kind of like a joke, and these merch items can range anywhere from $50 to $1,900. So
Yeah.
it's not like it's a crazy thing. Like people aren't going to spend millions of dollars worth of Dogecoin on stuff, but it's just cool to see a use case for Dogecoin. And like just one last little fun fact, a tweet from Musk can send the price of Dogecoin coin soaring, and as it did when he can also make it tumble. He can also pretty much make Dogecoin tank, because when he was on Saturday Night Live, he called Dogecoin selling a hustle, which I remember watching that live, and Dogecoin tanked like 30% during the show. So I sold all my Dogecoin around the Saturday Night Live stuff, so at least I got out. If there's probably people in the audience that still hold Dogecoin, I support y'all and keep going.
Yeah. So to keep on the crypto news, Jackson, Tennessee, to become the first U.S. city to add Bitcoin as their payroll option.
So that's cool.
Yeah. So I remember you talking about this in a past episode, I believe, and I believe that this will just cause a large spike in Bitcoin interest, Just when people see that they're able to do that, I feel like they'll just
Oh yeah,
cause.
it was the New York mayor taking
That's
Bitcoin
right.
for
That's right.
payment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And I just feel like this will cause a lot of traffic and to research Bitcoin. And
Yeah,
then
I mean, yeah, just keep going. Sorry.
yeah, so the requests for the proposal just went into play, and they believe that it will be early as next year, as in 2022, that it could be actually implemented.
Yeah, I mean that's just like another use case for Bitcoin. And even though some people may not believe in Bitcoin because it doesn't have much use case, but the thing about Bitcoin, other than different cryptocurrencies, is that Bitcoin's a store of value. You're not gonna like update that. You're not gonna like make NFTs on the Bitcoin blockchain. That's just not what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin was made to be just like a currency off of the dollar, and that is controlled by no one. And Ethereum's like a platform, if that makes sense. So
Yeah,
you obviously there's reasons to be bullish on both, but especially for something like this, these people are getting paid in Bitcoin. It would be the same as getting paid in like dollars because it's a store of value. And if you believe in like the future of Bitcoin, the future is like if you believe in gold, you should believe in Bitcoin because they're both a store of value. So it's just good to see a news story like that.
yeah. Would you want to get paid in Bitcoin?
Yeah, I believe so. I wouldn't. I don't think I would take my entire salary in Bitcoin
Yeah, I wouldn't
because
either.
it would just we're not at the current state where it's so easily like transferable.
Yeah,
Like, but I would definitely look into taking like 25% of my paycheck in Bitcoin.
yeah,
Like, I'd
definitely.
be perfectly fine with that. And it's crazy to see like there's been a bunch of players that do that. It may be only like one or two checks or like a month's pay in Bitcoin, but it's just good to see that more people are getting into it.
Yeah, for sure.
For my second story, just to get up back on the NFT track, we know we are an NFT podcast. This story is about Adidas. Their first NFT drop made them $23 million.
Wow.
So they did a collaboration with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and if you've seen our Instagram, I've been posting about Adidas's collab, which is crazy that they're getting into it. But over the weekend, Adidas's first NFT effort was made them over $23 million in Ethereum, obviously, because it's an NFT. But they made I can't talk today. They made $15.5 million in the early access phase, and they made $7.5 million in the general sales, which is pretty crazy that they made even more money in the private in the early access, because that shows how many people wanted to be on the wait list. And it's just crazy to see like big brands like Adidas get into something like NFTs. But it's obviously not all smooth sailing with NFTs, and there was a few problems with the NFT drop. Like at the start, Adidas had to halt early transactions due to a technical glitch, but once it fixed it, it got on the road and everyone got their NFTs that were on the wait list. But however, it proved that there's an audience for the NFT collaboration, even though there was like a little mishap at the beginning. It just kind of shows that there is a reason for it and people want it. Especially if you do anything with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, there's going to be an audience for it, just because it's such a big like NFT collection. But for the future for Adidas and NFTs, more sales like this could pad Adidas's bottom line, which could tend them or lead them to do even more NFT drops. And it also, like, the hype for NFTs is kind of like hype for sneakers, so it kind of goes hand in hand. Like, Adidas knows how to advertise for like hyping up a sneaker, so it's kind of makes sense for them to hype up an NFT. It's pretty much the same thing. I mean, there's so many people that buy shoes and do nothing with them and just let them sit there. So like those same people would buy an NFT. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the same type of idea.
Yeah, and like Adidas isn't only getting into NFTs; they're also getting into the Metaverse. Like with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, they did a couple videos, and they actually bought land in like Decentraland, which is a Metaverse platform, which is also good to see. And one last thing about this news story is that there's actually some competition between brands, just like you see Nike and Adidas go at it with like athletic wear and shoes and all that. Nike actually acquired a virtual sneaker and a crypto collectible company called this name is weird. It's literally just RTFKT. That's the brand, and it's kind of like it's weird. It's weird to think that that analogy means nothing. It's just a bunch of letters, but the company pretty much makes like augmented reality sneakers and like kind of just like virtualized clothes, if that makes sense. And
Like skins.
yeah, kind of similar. Yeah, kind of similar to that, but it's more augmented reality. Like it's kind of like putting shoes on someone like with your phone, if that makes sense. You understand what I
Yeah.
mean? Kind of like a Snapchat filter, similar to
Yeah.
stuff like that. But this is good to see because this is competition in the market. We love competition. Competition creates innovation. Competition makes stuff popular. So like the more competition in the market, the better Adidas is gonna have to work to get customers. So it's always good to see competition like this, and I'm excited for what the future holds for them.
Yeah, for sure. So my final news story is that Bill Gates says most virtual meetings will move to the metaverse within 3 years. I I see this being extreme. I see it being under 3 years, but I see this
Oh yeah,
extremely realistic.
yeah. I mean, we were stuck in Zoom for a year and a
Yeah,
half, so
yeah.
we're
So
pretty much already in it.
just like Zoom, yeah. But schools during the pandemic could have really like taken advantage of the metaverse. And then also, I thought doctor visits.
Oh yeah, like telehealth stuff like
Yeah,
that.
like telehealth and doctor visits. I feel like that could be really take advantage of the metaverse technology.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on a telehealth before. Like, obviously, it's new for a bunch of like older people that have never used Zoom before. But like, it's just gonna come like a common occurrence, especially for people that are like aren't deathly ill. They're just kind of like sick.
Yeah,
Like, okay, let me just get on a Zoom call with my doctor and talk to him for 10 minutes instead of taking 2 hours out of your day to drive to the hospital. If that makes sense.
yeah. And he said that they would use headsets, so full VR headsets, and you'll be able to see everyone and have a meeting with them.
That's actually so cool.
Yeah, I'm I would 100% be so excited to see that. Like if you're just in a job and then you gotta hop on a
Yeah.
metaverse call.
Oh yeah, that'd be so cool. Just to have like a boring business meeting, just hop on a call
Yeah,
with like a little headset. That'd be sick.
and just talk to everyone. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Ex-
And then
Go ahead.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
so, and another thing I was thinking of, like this is far into the future, but like think about if there were holograms and you were all just like looking at each other, just
That would be
without,
so cool. Just
with
like you're actually there, but you're not.
yeah, and you could just see everyone without headsets, and that just popped in my head. I thought that was kind of crazy.
I mean, there's so much to do, or there's so much like potential with the metaverse. It's crazy, and
yeah,
especially someone like Bill Gates. I think he's one of like top 3 richest people in like the world.
yeah,
So seeing him be like, oh yeah, metaverse meetings will be in 2 or 3 years. I'm like, holy, yeah, this is the time to get in. This is the time to understand what's going on. And he runs a huge company, Microsoft, which they literally could just make a Microsoft metaverse. And
yeah,
there's already Microsoft Teams, I think, which is similar
yeah,
to Zoom.
Teams.
So pretty much just make Teams like virtual reality, and boom, you're done.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a perfect story. Just like kind of incorporate the metaverse into real life and stuff. But for my final story, mine is all about the PGA Tour and how they're making NFTs similar to the NBA. And the PGA Tour NFTs set to become the latest revenue stream for players and the tour. So pretty much PGA is getting ready to release its own series of NFTs. They're very similar to the NBA's Top Shot, which are just videos and highlights of like the NBA history. They're pretty much doing something very similar to that, but for golf. They teased them, like they didn't really announce this like publicly, but in a memo to like all the players privately, they said that they're very excited that they're about to launch this impending NFT based platform. And the PGA Tour called its plans incremental revenue opportunity for players. So like if you're a player and you have a good highlight and you like, I guess you own that highlight, you make that as an NFT and boom, you're getting paid for doing a highlight, if that makes sense.
I know they're getting paid a bunch of money.
Oh, 100%. And also they're doing this because obviously they understand they're going to make a lot of money, and they saw the success of NBA Top Shot, and they're like, oh, people are going to want this. And so pretty much the PGA Tour has 3 goals with this NFT collab, or kind of not really a collab, but their creation of NFTs. And the first one is just to make a new fan engagement platform to meaningfully engage with fans. So like if you're a huge fan of, say, Tiger Woods, and he sells a highlight, it's kind of like the same reason you'd want like a signed ball or like a signed golf club. It's just because like you love that player and you want like a part of his career.
Yeah.
And for number 2, they want a best-in-class partner to build and promote players' brands. So probably I wouldn't be surprised if the PGA Tour collabs with a huge NFT creation platform to, like OpenSea, to put their videos on. And also number 3, they want a incremental long-term revenue opportunity for members. So if a lot of NFTs, like the original creator will make like a cut every time it resales, so they're obviously looking to make a lot of money in the future, which is pretty smart on the business end. But so pretty much what will these NFTs look like? The tour has a really deep archive of videos and famous history moments from golf, so they're pretty much just gonna sell those videos. There's also gonna do personal player NFTs, and there's actually been 3 professional or PGA Tour members that have made NFTs already, and it's been Bryson DeChambeau, Tiger Woods, and Jordan Spieth. So there's obviously a market for NFTs in golf because famous golfers have already done it. And yeah, I like golf. I'm not good by any means, but I would appreciate a golf NFT.
I could see Wheeler having a golf NFT.
That'd be so cool. But Alex, is there anything else you want to finish up with today?
Nope, I pretty much finished everything.
So yeah, that has been our 3 news stories each for the final week of December. I hope everyone has a great holiday season, and hope everyone travels safe if you're traveling. If you all are listening to this while traveling, I really appreciate it. Would love if you all give us a follow on Spotify. Maybe even give us a follow on Instagram if you want. Our Instagram is at NFT_nation_podcast. DMs are completely open. We only have about 300-400 followers, so DMs are always open. You can just feel free to DM me anytime you want, or we will definitely answer. And if you have any suggestions about the podcast, go ahead and DM us as well, and or email us. That's perfectly fine. And also, since we do not have any sponsors on the podcast yet, if you go to our Anchor platform website, you are able to donate to us if you want. You obviously don't have to, but maybe you just want to support some small creators. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, Alex, is there anything else you want to say before we go?
Nope, I'm all good.
All right, have a good one, everyone.
Thanks, guys.